My name is Sarah. I'm a mother of 3 in Buffalo, New York, and this is my podcast where I talk about knitting, quilting, crochet, spinning. So far it's only been knitting and quilting, but I'm sure we'll do some crochet and spinning in the future. And this is my little guy. He woke up from a nap just in time for me to start filming. So we're gonna see how it goes. You can follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the link down below, and follow me on Ravelry. I'll also leave that link, or I'll put it on the screen or something. But yeah, so today I want to talk about my latest makes and knits that I finished. I'm very unprepared today. I have 3 finished objects. But 2 of them are in the dryer because, of course, I wanted to wear one, but I realized that I wore it yesterday, so I should probably wash it. And then I finished one yesterday, so I just sort of washed them together to block the new one. But as soon as that is done, I'll bring them up. But right now, the finished object I have is my LOKI cardigan by Woodlands Knits, which I can't really hold it up super well because I have this little guy here. I'll put a video where I'm actually wearing it so you can see it. But yeah, the LOKI cardigan by Woodlands Knits. It's supposed to be a really simple, like low-key type cardigan, and the reason I chose it was because it looked really rustic. It looked simple. I really like just stocking it in the round. And it was steeked instead of knit back and forth. I definitely tend to wear cardigans more often than sweaters. They're just easier to get on and off. I get hot really easily, so I don't want to have to lift things up above my head all the time. And I was looking for a gardening cardigan that I could wear outside when it's still chilly in the spring, and I've got to mulch and plant things. So this is perfect. I love the little pockets on the side. I got some, what are they called? Organic Elements wooden buttons. Oh, where are we? There. From Joann's. And my cute little tag. Mother Goose Knits, and it's got a little heart. I will leave the link to the Etsy shop I got the tags from. They're faux leather and really easy to put on, and they're really cute. I'm so glad I got them. But yeah, that's the LOKI cardigan. I knit this in Jiffy from Lion Brand. I think it was on sale for 50% off or something, so I got 2 big skeins of it for $20, and they're like giant jumbo size skeins. So I just bought it. I liked the color. And then when I bought the pattern, I decided that I really wanted a green cardigan, and I had that yarn. So even though the Jiffy was bulky weight and the pattern called for worsted weight, I still got gauge, and I got a nice thick, warm, windproof sweater out of that. And I'm definitely going to be knitting the LOKI cardigan again. I want to do a brown. I was thinking about using Rustic Romantic, which is a yarn from Yarn Bee. It's an acrylic yarn, but it has hemp throughout it too, and I thought that would look really nice. So I might get that the next time I head over to Hobby Lobby. I guess that's all I have to say about the LOKI cardigan. Oh, the steeking. Okay. I'd never steeked before, and I was a little bit afraid of steeking color work, especially because I often use acrylic or plant-based yarns. I'm a vegan knitter, by the way. So acrylic and plant-based are a lot more slippery than wool. Like wool sort of clings to itself. And this unravels fairly easily. So what I ended up doing, you can see the kind of, I should probably trim that up, but it's kind of a raw edge there. Focus. But what I did is I actually finally got access to my sewing machine. So I sewed 2 lines straight up using the widest setting for a zigzag stitch. And I used a walking foot too, because this is kind of thick. Your sewing machine can really easily get stuck. So just the widest setting, zigzag stitch with a green thread. And I just sewed 2 lines right up from the bottom to the top. And then I just cut down the middle and it worked out really nicely. Then I knit the placket and yeah, I'm really happy with it. The only thing I wish I did differently was I'm not sure, I kind of wish I did the folded over collar. There was several options for a collar. One was where the placket did not go all the way up the collar. Another one is this one. This is the simple collar. I think it was called the simple modified collar, where the placket goes all the way up this side of the collar. And then there's a folded one. Doubling up the collar also looks really nice, and it stabilizes it, makes it stronger so it doesn't stretch out. And I wish I'd done that with this one, but that's okay. I'll do that with the next one, especially since the next one I plan on using a worsted weight, so it's gonna be a little thinner. Right. All right, so that's the Loki cardigan. Hello everyone, I'm back. I had to stop. Clearly it's later. It is kind of dark. Sun is going down. But I was hoping I could finish up my little podcast. I think I only went over the Loki cardigan and then I had to stop, and I kind of tried going on, but I kept getting interrupted, so I gave up and actually went and got some yarn. So I have some extras to show. I mentioned before that I wanted to possibly do another one in Rustic Romantic from Hobby Lobby, the Yarn Bee brand. So I actually picked some up. I was thinking, I was originally gonna get the, what's it called? Barn door something. I don't know. It was a darker brown and it was actually kind of greenish once I looked at it. And I ultimately asked my 9-year-old what she thought, and she said I should get this, which is the chicory colorway. So I'm probably going to knit another Loki cardigan in this. This is, it's 100%, or it's 85% acrylic, 15% hemp. So these little textured bits here are the hemp. I've been curious to knit with hemp yarn, and I know that Lion Brand had a just hemp yarn they came out with, but I'm pretty sure it's just for bags and things like that, like market bags. It is very stiff, I know, but it's nice to knit using hemp just as like a small percentage, even though this is acrylic. Kind of wish there was a hemp linen, hemp cotton combo. That would be interesting. But that's what I have. Rustic Romantic, Yarn Bee. Next, finished object. This one was just started. I actually started a yellow one first, but it turns out that this size, small, is the perfect size for me. And so the yellow one I was knitting up is going to be too big. So yeah, I have this blue. I know the light is gone, so it's probably not very good quality. But this is the Camisole number 6 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And I used Creme Cotton by Loops and Threads, which is the Michaels brand. Yeah, I started a yellow one, ran out of yarn, realized that it was too big anyway, so that's probably going to sit around for a while. But I did get the blue one finished. I think this is just navy. And yeah, I found this a little bit tricky because I'm not so great at getting the right stitch count exactly down, and this one you do. So, I mean, it's easier in some ways and harder in others. Because when it's just stockinette, you can miss 1 or 2 stitches and it's not a big deal. But if you're doing this where there are 6 stitches across each, and then each triangle strap that you knit all had to add up, you know, in the center to 6 stitches, and I messed that up a couple of times. But ultimately, after I knit it once, messed up, knit it again, changed colors, and knit it again, I got the hang of it. Although, actually, I did make a mistake. I knit the front, this side, and then instead of knitting this side, the mirror image, I just knit another one of these. I sort of went halfway, and then I figured, oh, well, I'll just use it for the back. But the back was only supposed to be increased every 2nd row, and the front was increased every 4th row, so it was like longer. Ultimately, it turned out just fine. All I did was I shortened this part because you had to Kitchener stitch the top here. And so I just unraveled a bit and made it a little shorter, and it fits perfect, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah, this is a worsted weight project. I think I do prefer probably the look and feel of a sport weight or fingering weight, and I'm really considering buying Camisole number 5. It's that halter that looks really great on everyone. I think it's a really popular pattern. My favorite podcaster, We Grow Wild, she has knit several of these camisoles, especially the halter one, and I kind of really like it, so I might have to give that a shot. All right, so 3rd finished object. Now, I had started my next whip, which I knew was going to be kind of a long process. I chose actually the traveler hoodie, and I'm only this far along. Oh, here we go. Only that far along. So I decided to cast on like an instant gratification project. Originally, I had started the year of hats, right? And I got to the February hat and then just abandoned the whole thing. March, April, and now May are not going to be done, I don't think. I'm just not into hats, I guess. It's like I'm not into socks either. I don't know. Anyway, those are good like instant gratification projects, but I just can't get behind them to do them regularly. So I decided to try the Ranunculus because everyone and their mother has knit the Ranunculus. So I took, I think I had maybe 2 skeins of the Loops and Threads creme cotton in the cream colorway, and I decided to knit up one of these, and I started knitting it, and it knit up so quickly that I just figured I'd keep going until it was done, and it took me 5 days to finish this whole thing, and I'm very excited about that. I see why people knit so many of these. Also, the other thing is that a lot of times when you put on a sweater that you work really hard on, you end up just kind of underwhelmed with it. Like I'd say, probably I'm underwhelmed with the Wednesday sweater that I did. I've been underwhelmed with like yarn choices sometimes too. They just end up, you put it on and it just looks eh. So I kind of figured like, oh, this knit up so quickly, it'll probably just be okay. You know, it's like a loose gauge and I don't know. I put it on and it was really adorable. Like it's really cute. So no wonder people like it. It's cute, fast to knit. Even as a crop, which I plan on putting this over sundresses. I was impressed with it as a crop. Like, it looked really cute. So that's interesting. The only mistake I made here was that I accidentally dropped a yarn over, and you can kind of see here that the stitches are really tight, but that's on the back and I don't really care. It's also a great stash busting project. Like, if you only have 2 skeins of yarn, you can make a whole sweater, and that's kind of cool. You'd think, you know, it'd have to be a tank top or something. But no, that was a really enjoyable knit, so I'm gonna have to cast that on again. And I like that you can use almost any weight of yarn, from lace weight to worsted weight, and you can just knit the same thing and it ends up looking really cool. So there's lots of options, lots of different things you can do with it. And I actually have a stashed yarn from a thrift store that I've been really wanting to use, but I didn't know what to do with it. I was thinking about doing a vest, but I'm not gonna wear a vest. I'm just not. Yeah, it's a worsted weight yarn. I don't know what it is, but in the thrift store, I swear it was gray. And then when I took it outside, it was blue all of a sudden. So I was kind of disappointed with it and didn't know what to do with it at that point. But I think I can make a ranunculus with it and it'll be really nice. So that's nice. I can use a stash yarn for it. Every time I start knitting a fun project, I always think, oh yeah, I'm gonna knit tons of these. And then I mostly end up knitting 1 or 2. I've knit 2 Iskalds. I've knit 1.5 of the Camisole number 6. But I haven't really repeated any other patterns other than that. But I'm definitely doing the Loki cardigan. I will definitely do the ranunculus. So maybe 2023 will be the year of repeat knits. Maybe I'll try and chill with buying patterns, because I've been going a little crazy with pattern buying, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, my one whip that I have is this one I already showed you. It's just the little bottom rib for the traveler hoodie. And for that, I did pick up some more of this Soft and Sleek DK at the Hobby Lobby. This is really nice. Hobby Lobby has really nice vegan yarns, like synthetic yarns. A lot of them are really, really soft and nice. The Yarn Beast especially. They also carry a brand called I Love This Yarn, and I don't particularly like that. They had some really cool, like, rainbow marled. I think it was Yarn ID. And I thought about getting some for a weekender pattern, for the weekender. But I ended up doing kind of a big yarn haul because Lion Brand had a sale for 30% off a lot of their stuff. And so I did a big yarn order from them. And actually, I think I found, for one of these plant-based yarns that I really like, that I ordered from Lion Brand, I think I found the supplier. Anyway, I will tell you guys about that next time. I found the supplier for the cotton bamboo linen blend that they have. And you can buy cones, and I'm very excited about it. I want to buy some cones because that is a really nice, I think, sport weight yarn, plant-based, obviously. And yeah, I'm excited to get my hands on that next time I have my yarn budget replenished. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.